We have a big semi-final, LG against Peru. Two titans of the West. As we have Ho-Oh, Mewtwo, Scizor, Buzzwole, and Mew. Probably Scyther, of course. Against Leafeon, Mamoswine, Clefable, Armor Rouge, and a Lucario last pick for the side of Peru. Oh my, what a matchup. So far, Peru always had the shortest stick in this matchup.
We're taking a look, and we've got two Pokemon that do very well.
But Peru has been consistently one of the best teams now for the last 2 years. Last World Championship, they got third place as well.
Yeah, I mean, Mamoswine has its moments, but Armor Rouge specifically is definitely not your favorite.
Making Peru proud.
Until it ends up evolving here. You can see Slash just continuing to try to get towards that goal zone so that they are able to score
bot lane.
and they are able to stack.
Very fun to be up against. The flip 4 gank from Leafeon with Wrap Up already. Trying to catch Overlord a bit on guard. Trainer on Scyther. Really haven't seen much Trainer Scyther, I feel like.
And of course, forcing Peru Unite to kick back. Anemo there as the Leafeon with the first one.
Scyther getting more popular as the tournament goes on, just because of some Scyther players.
Can get a pick here as we have the 850 birds about to pop. Oh, good little shield by Honor to reposition Kea, and they're actually able to get a piece of experience there and evolve.
Yeah, it looked pretty good even for Peru
evolution.
Right there, as both teams are just going to move away from this experience in the top and bottom path. Slash looking for another score to continue stacking, not able to make it happen, but Ho-Oh so
Future Sight?
difficult to take down in a moment like this. Trainer trying to see if they can
wait, why do we have Future Sight?
Far away.
Oh, Overlord eject buttoning forward. Catch the Clefable, that's one. Future Sight, why? I guess to push Leafeon away? Or?
They get knocked out by Anemo, who's rotating back up.
Huh.
See the Razor Leaf shooting
Interesting.
back to the Leafeon here, and Overlord.
Like the only reason you pick Mew to Y is for Side Strike.
Yeah, they gave up
When's Unite move, I guess.
support in a moment like that, and that's fine, I think, for both squads here, as LG has the pick of the litter when it comes to all this experience, sending it on over to Trainer, almost level 7.
Hold on, Buzzwole, it's a rare side.
Doing okay just by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, keeping parity with the levels here. Nice inject by Trainer.
Oh, he gets him. That's a double KO for Overlord. That's 3 KOs for LG.
Luminosity is just picking up steam.
Yeah, Luminosity.
Yeah, I guess into Leafeon still, but I don't know. You just have teleport. You just have to play teleport around Leafeon. I still would not go Future Sight into Leafeon, but sure.
You're expecting that it is going to be out leveling your opponents, at least.
You have double teleport. I mean,
but it's down 2 levels to the enemy central area here, which is never where you want Leafeon to be.
Nope. Slash putting pressure, gets almost Ice Fang down, but able to get.
Yeah, there's a good Future Sight. Pushes Leafeon away.
Luminosity needs to hold it down with the player.
I mean, it's still annoying too. It's fine.
Balance the score sheet a little bit in terms of personnel. And
didn't expect it. Did not expect it. 5 men of Peru. Oh, this is going fast. Splash already down. Overlord is here. Gets one. Red Ice is low. Who's going to get it? Goes over to Peru. And there's one over them now. Who's screaming like this? Jeez.
They get knocked out. Peru showing signs of life as they're finally able to get some knockouts, and now they just want to get some points in. But the fight from Luminosity is brought right to the doorstep here as Peru
can't get the reset.
Is able to break parity and get some points in.
I mean,
not quite.
Post defending like crazy.
Really doing well in this fight. They did not have the Unite move advantage at first. We had Trainer move in with that Scyther, but they weren't able to get much done. Wonderful stuff from Peru right back in this game. In fact, taking the level lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Tempo going straight in. I believe that's a close combat Lucario we've got there from them. Gonna sit by this Clefable, get topped off on HP, and Peru, although down on the scoreboard, finds themselves back into the action here with a good scrap.
Yeah, now we have Luminosity deciding how they want to handle this Regieleki with multiple members of Peru looking for a possible fight here. Here comes
Trainer. Mutual Unite misses everyone.
That's
what Unite. He gets destroyed beforehand.
Oh boy! They pick up 3. That was an amazing Emerald 2-step out of that Leafeon, and despite a decent smackdown on tempo to try to get them away from the rest of the Peru squad.
Okay.
Luminosity is
Can they push it in? They're gonna try to defend top. They still have Buzzwole inside the Unite.
And they're gonna see if they can do something.
You know, they took away this Scyther, but it doesn't seem like Peru.
Overlord has a hard time playing right now. There's the Smackdown Unite into Superpower. Oh, nice. Gets the reset as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Scyther gets resets.
Continues. Trainer Trainer finally feeling this.
Draken also wants to die.
And now Draken is forced to start flopping around and going on
Triple careful
rampage
Scyther.
themselves as a Trainer goes straight to score and Slash is trying to run cover. And they're able to get the quick knockout and more points in.
Look at this here. I mean, LG just keeping the pressure on score-wise.
He just really wanted to be part of the party.
Had some good fights.
He was excited to go down, wasn't he?
Over the map. Level-wise, this is closer than it was earlier in the match. However, Luminosity, 216 points, and they can start. You
can't get drops on my stream. You can't.
Peru, on the other hand, at least has some nice scoring opportunities and a lot of experience on their side of the map.
Yeah, Luminosity's taken a lot of, Peru's taken a lot of good fights. However, they've been on Luminosity's goal zones, which means as the players rotate back in, they've been able to stand there and defend it with the support of the goal zones that they have. Luminosity, on their hand,
but the drops are useless anyways.
Kind of out in the open, which allows them
it's a Murkrow airway. There's a fight happening. Overlord is stunned. Oh, he gets Unite move out! Oh, they get scythered. Okay, they can outscore here. They're gonna stop the score on top as well. Mewtwo by Unite.
Yeah,
no, Mew can stop Leafeon. Massive.
You can see the Mew able to stop it right there. 295 to 33.
And Otter gets the KO.
Move to try to take down an ML right here.
Ooh, he does.
That with the eject button tech. Otter picks them up. That's how you support, by KOing everyone.
That's shades of the old school. That solar beam, Q up, eject button, get the knockout.
But wasn't it the Unite move that got the KO, not solar beam? I think he died right before.
And really
solar beam even hit. It was just Unite move damage was enough, right?
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, look at the levels
Trainer of
here.
40 and a half.
After those multiple KOs, the huge scoring in the bottom path is now a level 14 as they are heading, looking for a fight here.
Big surf.
Huge serve.
But Otter's dead.
That unfortunately does not convert into anything.
Anemo?
At least slows down.
Okay, the future side Mewtwo. Can I cook him?
Having a big time win, they get one knockout.
Slash gets perma-stunned and is dead.
With the reposition on Slash. Gets them another knockout. Not that bad of a look considering the situation.
They're gonna get a Reggie for the final fight.
Terrible when it comes to the knockouts, but all the while,
unless LG is still gonna, they have to face check into this without a tank. Yeah, are they gonna really face check? AG? What? They're crazy. The surf comes in, and actually they get away with this. Are you serious? What? Hey, where's Memos? What? The two attacker just walked in and they got away with it. That's crazy.
So they peel back after 3 players have been done and
They just walked in.
Seconds to array. Luminosity in full control.
Yeah, Luminosity controlling this thing way up on the scoreboard as we've talked about. And with a Reggie Steel buff giving them extra damage as we move towards Rayquaza, a level 15 Scyther is devastating for Peru.
Yeah, Otter actually taking a look at their tier 1, just seeing if they can get
some vision, 15.
Checking the front bush. Gonna, again, just try and figure out where Peru is, because the onus is on Peru to make a move.
Yeah, Peru needs to make a move here, but it looks like Luminosity wants to force them into a fight. They're gonna start tapping this with the Buzzwole right here, charging up that muscle gauge, asking
Overlord?
them to come in and fight.
Oh, yes, Unite for unstoppable, and Rayquaza is like flipped. Overlord is dead, but Mew gets it. That was, I would say that was terrible by AG though, relying there on the last hit. That was so weird. Otter gets it, but that was kind of weird, not gonna lie.
Revive there from Slash the Ho-Oh.
That was weird. But LG!
A shield question mark?
Is there a shield somewhere now?
No, actually all the shields broken, so counter push.
I mean, still winnable, I guess.
Here. Yeah, it's possible they can make a push right here, especially if Luminosity overcommits on this goal zone, but they definitely don't need this. 436 to 233.
I'm surprised AG's even going for this push, because if they die here, it can be risky, right? It doesn't matter. That's game. That is game. First for AG. Draft number 2 against Scyther. They're feeling the Scyther now. Mewtwo, Lucario, Mew, and Ho-Oh against a similar comp, but this time Peru has the Buzzwole.
Yeah, so we literally just swapped these all around.
There's the same comps, it's just AG has Lucario now and Peru has Buzzwole.
If you're LG, and if you're Peru, you need to get
otherwise, literally same comps on both sides.
We're going all the way to end out the day. Slash quickly getting some points in. Why not? CrisHeroes is there, and they're going to see if they can bully this path again. They did a decent job last time, and why flip the script now? I mean, you used the players to your advantage. Is Overlord going to make Lucario work? That's my question.
Yeah, that is a question right here. It actually looks like Anemo is going to get that early advantage,
gank,
right? Leafeon amazing at level 4. Lucario needs that level 5. So they were actually able to make something happen right there.
Ganking our gold like this? Disgusting.
Right by proxy.
I don't even know
Shameless.
That
Shameless level 4 gank.
Proxy, then.
That just means that once again, we're casting productions on break.
Per usual.
Yep.
Per usual. 850 birds about to populate. CrisHeroes rolling through, and we've got a 4v4 up top. Good punch by Overlord. Immediately eviscerated by Anemo. Slash, half their HP is gone. Dual wing beat creates space, but not allowed to follow up his trainer because of the
Evolution in these games isn't too crazy either, yeah.
Right? This is what you want to see from Leafeon. You want to be able to get that early advantage. You want to make sure that you can use that to
I guess you're going to future sight again.
And they have Overlord, however, coming in, trying to make
Overlord
something
going in.
happen here with the extreme speed. They
Gets
do
the
pick up
KO.
a KO on the support.
Are we going to see Gravity this game, or is it going to be Follow Me still again?
Using that extreme speed, that's not the direction that Peru Unite went with Lucario. We need to see if that's the difference maker. Otter using those light screens, trying to get away from tempo, and picks up the bottom.
That also works.
Beats you down with the hair.
Yeah, beautiful stuff here, and once again,
Overlord dead for a third time.
Continues to push forward. This is what Peru needs. This is what they were missing from game number 1. If you're picking Leafeon and you're behind, everything has gone horribly wrong. But that is not the case here for game number 2. Leafeon much more in control of that top path, already level 8, which means they have that early Unite move.
Yeah, I mean, outpacing
Picking is more important than living, yeah.
Trainer, the other game again was ahead in this moment, and you have to wonder: is the strength of Buzzwole what facilitates or keeps from facilitating Anemo from taking over? And it seems to be kind of the song we're singing here in game 2.
Well, the question is it the strength of Buzzwole or the weakness of Lucario? We won't know until this game is over, as we have the birds here for 720. We have Leafeon deciding when they want to come in, not able to take them back with the Ice Fang. Really nice.
Oh my
right
god.
There, but they are going to continue this.
Just one tap the Mega Evolution. Oh, they even get. Oh, Trainer's here though. He's iced. Gets the reset. Can you get more? Going for Nemo. Can you get the reset? Nope, he's dead. Oh, that is terrible.
And now it's a KO streak of 3 for Anemo.
Yeah, beautiful stuff here from Peru. This is exactly what they need to be doing right now.
Overlord.
Extreme speed to make their way through this fight. They're looking to pick up the KO, and they do.
There's Gravity this time, yeah. This time they have Gravity.
Slash gets a KO. Red Dice now going down to Luminosity.
Draken on the backside, Kea there as well. They easily take the basement Reggie because Peru is no longer willing to commit to it. Meanwhile, we do have the Buzzwole working on Reggie Alecki up top. Kea goes down, can't get it buried despite walking towards it. And now that might be the turning of the times Luminosity needs, because they have now taken the experience advantage despite being down 100 on the score.
Let's see how it works with Gravity with Scyther as well. You have to have good full heat timing.
But with Lucario making their way down to this bottom path and picking up the objective, LG is right back in this thing. Overlord with
this game is still super even.
Trainer as well as
just a bit of point lead, which doesn't really matter.
Peru 3 unites, and we're going to see if they're going to use them in this next
Pilsman is caught, he's gone.
Obviously the Pilsman.
Kraken just turned the wrong corner there. 3 players waiting for him.
Are they gonna dive this? No, right?
Kea needs to pick up Zainu. Zainu needs to run
there's the follow, there's the fully on the Gravity. Amurushi Knight 2 by time.
Putting the pressure on.
They can't dive this, no chance.
And it's enough to
but they did force 1 Unite, which isn't too bad.
So not a bad defense, as Draken is now back in the mix.
Yeah, this was great. I mean, just 2 members of Peru able to hold off that push there from Luminosity.
That's fine.
Still up on the scoreboard. Luminosity with only 38 points. Game 2 looking a lot better for Peru.
Absolutely. We're trying to take that contestable farm. Is slashed in the face of 3. Unsuccessful here as we have a big rotation by LG.
Yeah, LG heading to the top path right here, looking to start a fight. Trainer deciding whether or not they want to move in.
Otter, it's just one shot.
Able to get a good defense right there before going down.
They can turn around.
Yeah, I mean,
Scyther! Does he have full heal? Doesn't need to. Cliffhanger just right. Cliffhanger just said hello.
Anything here as that goal zone is closed out. That score
What's
lead
up,
has
guys? Okay,
shrunk,
goodbye.
And what separates these two teams is
Don't want any of
nearly
this.
8 points.
Yeah, 133, 141. Luminosity
Want nothing to do with any of this.
After a beautiful push here. Level-wise, they are now starting to outpace Peru. So the early advantage that Peru has shrunk almost entirely, and these two teams are about dead even as Luminosity heads towards Reggie Steele here in the bottom path. Slash trying to zone them out before they move in.
Looks like Overlord might try to drop on top of their
Nice
heads
Earthquake
here.
dodge.
Earthquake engaged by Draken.
He dodges Leafy on Unite too.
On top of Overlord, but now
Does he have Unite in the back line?
And they're actually boxing them out.
There it is. There's the Unite. Reapplying his E-speeds. Up. Oh, there's a gravity. This doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter. They're getting wiped. Nice play by Overlord.
But it's 4 players down, and there's just too much.
I mean, Leafy and Unite moving Lucario probably doesn't work this way. I gotta say.
On top of your head.
Yeah, Nemo gonna run away from this here. Otter trying to keep track of them to make sure that they are not able to score, steal some of that experience. Nice play right here. Are we able to pick up the KO though? They do. CrisHeroes now moving in. You might get 2 for the price of 1 right here if they're not careful. The Nemo waiting here in the tall grass, but here comes Trainer to help.
Yeah, exactly what they're trying to do.
They don't let him go.
Bait. Now, Anemo's in a tough spot here. This is a decent KO for Trainer if they can close the door on it. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. They're pinned in the corner. 2-step doesn't get anybody, and that resource is expended, but it's fine. They'll get it back in time for Ray.
Yeah, they were waiting as
They're
long
playing
as
with
they
them.
could in that moment, right? They were praying they were able to get that Unite move back.
They're playing with them.
Up a huge KO, but their HP was already too low with 3 members of Luminosity
Toxic.
chasing them there. Reggie Alecki is walking towards the side of LG, but they're going to clean this up pretty quickly.
14
right
Trainer
here.
again. He is having a good time on Scyther in these games.
Once again, running away with this match. Might be 15 by Rayquaza.
Otter does go
Otter going down doesn't really matter.
Something special out of Otter's Mew.
Doesn't
is
really
the way
matter.
that they rotate through all those different attacks. That big surf creating space so Overlord and Slash could get out of there was pivotal. Yeah, give up Otter. Make sure that you save those two.
Yeah, Otter, I mean, their Mew is so incredible. They kind of created an entire new Mew for players to use, which was support Mew. Able to play in still as potent of a way as a Mew that would be carrying normally. 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock.
I want to see a fight, but I don't want to see just Ray getting attacked. I want to see a good fight. Ooh, Overlord. Careful, buddy.
Okay, Slash kind of caught
Slash is caught.
knocked up there, low on HP.
But he's gonna go for it.
Down, but they get knocked out.
Overlord has to clutch now, maybe. Mewtwo Rhino is huge.
The damage is out. Is the follow-up there?
Leafeon is dead again.
Nemo goes down, and now the firepower for Peru has been exhausted.
Yeah, it has, but they're looking towards this Rayquaza. It looks like they want to make a fight happen here, but look at Mewtwo-Y just absolutely
Oh my god.
ruining them with those auto attacks.
Using that Mega Stone at the right time, pressing them down, and of course that bought enough time for Overlord to get out, who's caught in a Clefable gravity. They're able to walk away and reset.
There's no Unite. Are they don't want to rip it. They have no secure, really.
Yeah,
Again, it's, I mean, Mew. They have to rely on Mew Electro Ball again.
He's still about at half. His Kaya's in some trouble right here. We have Luminosity pushing them forward, but Rayquaza still being chipped enough to not reset on HP. It looks like Peru's trying to find a steal.
Rayquaza's dropping low now. Rayquaza's dropping low. Mayday, Mayday. Scyther doesn't get it. I mean, maybe AG should have descended, right? But we can always say should have, because we see the game, but he should have sent when they were winning the fight, right? Ray was never full HP again. Oh well, 1-1. Is it same comp again? Same comp or what? No, Ho-Oh, Mewtwo, Scyther, a Krusty now with Blaziken, okay. And Peru just sending the same comp, and now they have Buzzwole as well again. They're playing the same comp again? I mean, I guess so. That's why I feel this draft would be nice, just kind of annoying to see the same comp over and over again, but sure. It is what it is. No, it's Slash on Crossel. It's Otter on Ho.
So you're going to need to win 2 more of these to head to our grand finals, no matter which team you are.
I don't know if there's any merit.
Why isn't AG playing score comp? I will never forgive AG for doing this. I will never forgive them. We finally get Nouns AG for the first time since 2022.
feel less pressure than
And
when
the
Nemo
third
crashes
game,
in the
pick
top
score
half and you have to
comp,
play a little bit more safe.
play it
Now,
like
the
as,
switch that we did get,
flip Ray,
of course, is
and
Otter
win.
is on the ho-oh.
I'm so mad, man. So mad. I will never get over it.
A much better shot at securing a lot of this with that Leafeon up there. Trainer, however, making their way to the
They
top
played
half,
absolutely terrible.
already
It just
level
flipped
5,
Ray.
ready to fight.
But I mean, Nouns was
Overlord's
just
gonna need
asleep.
some
It's
help
Nouns'
to
fault.
get
Nouns should have Ray there.
Yeah,
Or
and,
be
you know,
more
once
awake, right?
hits
It's Nouns' fault.
Combustion.
So.
At least it has the opportunity.
It was
to
completely
drag
Nouns' fault
members
for them
of the
giving
other
them
team
complete
back
Ray
across the
positioning.
map and help Trainer clean up the trash here.
Luminosity with an 81%
Nouns was guarding backcaps for some reason. And they have Zashin, Unite, and Blissey. At that point, like, the one that should be flipping Ray was Nouns, right? While the others maybe backcap. Nouns should be the one in position to flip Ray. It's just so bad from Nouns. I mean, it was just bad from Nouns. It was bad from Nouns. It sucks that AG had to play like this, but it was just Nouns' fault.
I have to give it up to Peru. You know, obviously they could have lost so much more in that moment with that incredibly strong rotation from LG. As we head down to the bottom path right here, we can see Zainus now on the Armoroo. So they
Yeah, there was no reason to guard backcaps. The points were literally even. They didn't even have many. The main base wasn't open. It was pointless, completely pointless to stop backcaps.
Allows them to bully out and get some points in. Peru seeing this as an opportunity, gets points in up top.
Why is AG playing so bad this UCS?
Yeah, not only are they getting
AG's playing, you mean this World Championship or this entire season? Because let me remind you that AG won UIC and AIC and LAAC, all three in the same year.
Plus, I know we're really close to Leafeon hitting level 8.
What more do you want them to win?
Very soon. One of the greatest things about Leafeon is how it just gets everything
this championship?
one level earlier than most all
They're
of
not
the
bad
Pokemon
still.
in the game.
Absolutely.
Other team's also good.
We've got 7:25 on the clock. Rolling through is Overlord. We've got a 4v4. These teams really feel like they know each other.
They didn't win last World Championship either, guys. Oh my god, clapped.
A huge read.
The Leafeon combo.
Peru and LG has to
LG didn't win last year either, guys.
And look at themselves saying, what just happened? Draken with a decent engage there as well.
I think LG needs to wake up right now.
Yep.
Because they thought this was going to be an easy matchup with Team Peru, especially after game number 1. But they are here to play, Doom Snacks. They are reacting, changing what they're doing based on LG, and having better games each
AG just can't win a World Championship in their own home country. It has to be in other countries. Otherwise they can't win.
1v1 with the Reggie Alecki as the scores are going in bottom.
I mean, it looks like Draken able to get past the Rock Tomb. Kea not so fortunate. However, the delay was not really worth much here as Slash is still trying to babysit this bottom path. But look at Anemo is sitting in the central area of Luminosity as Luminosity has the Reggie Alecki hit.
Wait, level 9 Buzzwole? Oh, he's going for it. He's gonna get Otter. Gets the reset. Trainer, nice full heal.
Didn't really catch anyone, but it gives them enough.
That was nice fully by Otter. He predicted the smackdown before it even happened.
For Anemo, and now Trainer has to dual win beat 4 players. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Beautiful follow me, by the way, from Kea right there. That was perfect. Catching Overlord. They caught them in the tall grass, made sure they were not able to get out and pick up another KO. Peru in a powerful position right here.
Oh, he gets away?
Trouble having to peel away from this fight, but they might not be able to catch them.
That was just a win. Popping the Unite move, kind of that Mega Man-like shot, and able to run away without getting knocked out is just another ounce of value Peru was able to squeeze out of LG.
And we can see Clefable here in the tall grass, hanging out with an MO. They move.
Oh my god, again.
Two-step, pick it up 2, continuing to run through Luminosity. The Mewtwo Y Unite back the other way. They get another one, the Hyper Beam.
Absolutely farmed.
Beating up Slash with Draken in tow.
Slash has Unite.
And now we're Rebel Rousing.
Just playing time.
Trying to X-scissor through, replaces 2. Trainer is trying to get in there and cause some damage. The goal zone stays at 2. The
have Leafeon, yeah.
Rock Tomb is down, actually boxing out Trainer. The pressure continues. Otter's flamethrowering down. And now we've
so
got
disgusting.
5-ish seconds till Basement Reggie.
Yeah, we do have the Unite move from the Ho-Oh, right? Otter has that rekindling flame, able to bring the team back here in this fight. Peru is looking to make them use it as they push towards this Reg Ice. Actually, just allowing Anemo to score and not engage engaging.
I'm going in.
Valuing the 26 over cap and the score lead here, over 100 for Peru, and I like that call. Safely get your Leafeon's pockets
Yeah, is
empty
Cross really the
and
answer
get
here? I mean,
yourself
Cross is
a
look good in some
strong,
games.
strong lead.
And here we have Anemo just
But,
seeing if he
yeah.
can steal away any of this right here.
Interesting.
Pressure on Tempo getting X-scissored into the wall right there by Slash. Nice little catch, Kea in the Rock Tomb. As they peel up towards Regieleki, no one from either team starting it just yet.
Yeah, we can't have Overlord and Otter walk into another ambush by Anemo, right? They have the two-step again. They've done
This Slash drop a 3am YouTube video blaming his team. I didn't check.
Bang! Slash repositioned, and that draws the attention away. Which means the flank for the two-step is there. They're finally able to dodge one, but the Fogwall Unite is out, and it does get a knockout on Slash. Now Otter's gotta get into the mix.
They're getting over now.
For that rekindling flame, but no,
Just getting ran
they
over.
Go down before it's used.
Wow, I mean, Peru is so in this series, it's incredible.
They're just getting ran
Against
over.
Luminosity right here. 115, 222 as they take another objective. This is going to walk towards LG, but it looks like Peru recognizes there's a lot that they need to do on the map. Luminosity trying to make a counter push in the bottom path here, but it looks like Peru has snuffed that out. They're pushing them back away from this goal zone.
Nice little box out position here. Just their presence is enough for Luminosity to leave. They have so much wild Pokemon on their side of the map. I'd go farm that up.
Yeah, there's a lot that they need to get right now. Overlord doing well, level-wise, almost level 13. Same thing on the other side, we've got the level 13 from the Leafeon here. Level-wise, this match is quite close, but Peru with a positional advantage, a goal zone advantage, and they have a great setup here for this bottom Reggie if they decide to fight near. But it actually looks like they're going to make a sneaky play and possibly score top.
Oh, this fight is awkward.
LG is taking quick inventory of who's here.
And Peru, I like what Peru's doing. They're just gonna go score instead.
They're trying to suss it out.
Yeah.
Big time back cap here. So now they know that they get this Regirock for free. You immediately see LG pivoting.
I mean,
to get these
they
points
still get a
because
50 over
nobody's gonna
cap
be
in.
there to stop them. And although they are still behind,
Doesn't reverse
at least
either.
they're trying to keep that gap as small as possible.
The Regirock buff is going to be really nice heading into Rayquaza right here, but you got to give it up to Peru, putting more points on the scoreboard, basically taking
I mean, it doesn't matter. This point lead doesn't matter, right?
What Luminosity loves to do is walk into Ray with enough of a lead where your opponents need to make a decision. That allows
of course, now
them to
AG is
make some
under
big
pressure. They have to do
mistakes that you can
something.
capitalize on.
But they have
now
Blaziken,
Peru is in that spot.
so
with this massive score lead right here, Luminosity is going to need to
they have the
find a good
Blaziken
fight
advantage.
instead of the other way around. 3 seconds until Rayquaza. We have Peru just trying to figure out where Luminosity is. Anemo running around the side, seeing if they can move
For the last hit. Anemo with a big flank. But if he one-shots 2 people, there's gonna get insta-hole revived. So it's always awkward against Ho-Oh. Are you gonna use all your cooldowns or not? You one-shot someone just for them to get revived?
To get somebody to focus in the wrong way so they can pounce.
Oh, the Rock Tomb. They scout on Leafeon.
Now they have full information right now, Sprague.
Beautiful information here. Slash up into the air. They decide not to move forward with this fight here, but Mewtwo is mega. Here's the Unite move.
Oh!
Scissor to the Rock Tomb, follow up, Scissor or Unite is out, and immediately
Oh, LG just wipes them completely.
LG took the fight. Anemo's the only one left
Wait.
standing. Emerald
Anemo? Nice. He can't do anything.
But the chase is on.
Drive is there.
Pops up and gets back.
He's gone.
Rayquaza's gonna be LG,
Oh my.
But they still need to close that score gap. However,
Oof.
plate full of burgers right in front of them.
Look at that delete button from Luminosity.
Yo.
The Crustal Unite with the eject button, pushing them forward
Massive.
into the team, stunning them, then into that
The
X
Crust is OP.
and that was it for them. Luminosity
Wait, is it
just
still
ran through
usable?
The entirety of Peru.
All right.
Peru in a beautiful position before that fight, but LG played Rayquaza incredibly. Still though, 433, 324.
Yeah, I'm shocked people ban Latios. People are playing Scyther, Leafeon and stuff, and they still ban Latios.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the shields are looking like. Crustle certainly has theirs as well. Getting more points in 601, 324, 25 seconds left.
Yeah, that's it.
I think this one's done.
2-1 for AG.
Is
that a real Cramorant?
That was just boom,
Is that a
it's
Crem,
on, it's locked
actually?
in. Let's press
You 2-1 down, you
on
pick Crem?
these guys. Tempo rounding out this draft.
Is that a real pick?
With a potential gutter pick Blaziken.
Wow.
And then we have to assess what we got going on in this draft.
I said
brother,
same
and
14
I can't
Pokemon, another
say
pick
that
Crem.
I only have my eyes
Speak
on
cool
Crem
Mewtwo, Amaryllis,
right
Mew,
now.
Buzzword. It looks disgusting for AG, but also kinda weird. Against Scyther, Ho-Oh, Hooper, Cramorant, and a Zacian. A Crem. Wow.
This could be their final game. Luminosity, your purple team, up 2 games in our our best of 5 to 1 game from Peru.
Not a mispick, it's a Krem.
The winner of this match, if it is LG, moves
What
on
kind of
to
Krem
the
is it, though?
grand finals once again.
Dive Hurricane?
The bottom path, we've got 2 good early Pokemon on each side of the board here as they're jockeying for position, trying
Pico,
to get some
Mewtwo, Ho-Oh.
contestable farm
Disgusting.
and get that early advantage.
Yeah, and here we go. Zinus
Disgusting.
is trying to bully out Slash, push them away from some of this so that they can get a secure right here, and they do. They are able to secure that. Obviously, they have
it's probably gonna be Hurricane for sure.
Securing on the other side. We see Otter and Overlord.
But the
in
second move
top
could be
path, trying to get all of their experience. Get
Dive,
Overlord
yeah,
to
it's
that
Hurricane.
5. Anemo not able to make a KO happen. His trainer's actually playing that Armarouge in the center.
Trainer on Armarouge.
Yeah, I mean, past Charcadet into Armarouge, and maybe we'll see something else spin into the middle. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't necessarily matter. What they were able to do, though, is react well to a changeup from Peru. And now, wow, those birds didn't last but a moment.
Gets to Armarouge away. And Krem gets away.
Zinus has to fade backwards. Draken is trying to get some space.
How much they can do about this right here?
Some points are going to go in for Luminosity. The counter punch on
Dive
top
Krem.
though, for Peru, not successful.
Yeah, Peru not able to make much happen in the top path. LG, the only point scored.
Scyther's walking into the hat?
Bottom path. Looks like they were trying
Oh my god, he just walked into them. He just walked into them, hello?
Absolutely walked into the guillotine that is Luminosity Gaming, hiding out in that L bush.
And here we have the top path. Tempo continuing to score. Level 6 now, outpacing the Buzzwole in the top path. So they're still doing well up there. You know, Zacian obviously able to put a lot of pressure on your opponents early, and the Buzzwole is behind because of that. However, level 5 is extremely powerful on Buzz.
Without a doubt. Rolling back
Krem,
up top,
Krem.
Otter trying to get some vision, contesting over the 8.
Yes, the dive, yeah, dive Hurricane.
Over pressurized is Peru here with more players. Tempo on the backside, good damage on Otter, but not enough.
Ring out right here.
Quite yet.
Yeah, Otter obviously
That's crazy.
able to use that light screen and really
I mean, it's a fine build, right? Krem is not a bad Pokemon.
Away from that fight. Tempo, if they were left to their
But yeah.
devices, would just be able to rip through them with that damage from Zacian. As we are getting ready for another fight in the top path, again, Buzzwole still only level 5, so they have been able to take a lot of experience away from.
Can we watch Slash YouTube video?
Yeah,
What
that's
YouTube video?
terrific, and you can't forget that Peru is trying to get. Okay,
We're all caught. He's already one level down. Well, here, trainer's there. He lives. Anemo, can he get the reset? Nope, he's down again. Oh, the Electro Ball.
Right
Hiya.
after they step on pad, so they survive.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to send Cramorant back, get some HP, as we have Luminosity looking to take this objective.
Hiya.
Peru is planning to either fight or defend it right here. Zinus moving forward, trying to get a KO on Curios.
Yeah, I mean, good damage.
It's just funny, we see no Krem the entire tournament, and then in the semifinal to move into the grand final on their last live, they pick Krem. It's just funny. It's not like Krem is a bad Pokemon, it's still just funny, because he wasn't picked ever.
And it's, I mean, that goal zone's gone, right? They didn't care what the overcap was. They're going to keep this push continuing.
It's just funny.
At least showing signs that they might.
But now Krem is picked.
They were able to take a good fight in the bottom path, take that objective. Now they have that Regirock buff, so they didn't give up everything in the top path there. But the goal zone is gone as Luminosity is looking to pounce on Peru.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not like Crumb is bad. Crumb is not a bad Pokemon, but it's funny that now this is the moment where someone picks Krem in a game that matters so much.
In the shadows, looking for an opportunity.
Yeah, as we only have one member of Luminosity down here, and we are moving forward right now, trying to take this goal zone. Here comes Curios to try to defend.
Perfect timing.
Oh, the Mewtwo Y basic attacks are huge. What are they doing? What? The Scyther has been terrible so far this game.
And now we continue. Zinus is beat down, just picking up the
He's absolutely terrible.
and smacking it to the earth. Scoring points, 146 to 43. They're up by 100, and they are humming.
They're actually still going in. They're trying Sword to defend.
Nice 2 points, getting that
What goes in anyways?
possibly can be for a big overcap, 181 43. We have the Unite move from Cramorant. We did have it in that last
Father
fight, but they
Scyther
weren't
has
able
been
to
just
use it before they were KO'd. One
not a good game for him.
that Peru has to deal with is Suicune. Unbelievably powerful.
But all it takes is one pop-up team fight, right? That's all it takes.
And Trainer now getting a massive level lead here with the Armarouge. Almost level 11 right now. And the higher and higher this thing gets, the more difficult it's going to be for Peru to take it down.
Big Surf, and Anemo's down again. Oh my, they're just farming him.
Otter does a decent job with the surf, setting up
nice surf
for a 2-piece.
Yeah, Otter's Mew is unbelievable. I mean, he's playing it in such a fantastic way. way. He just sets up so many
Pulling on the smackdown. Overlord's dead, maybe. Nope. Superpower shield. They actually unite and they save him.
Saved by the squad.
I mean, great
Oh, wow.
by Unite. Good reaction time by Luminosity. And the fact that Overlord gets out of that is just cherry on top of the
Scyther finally gets a KO, but only on Suicune. Doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. But he bought enough time? Wait, that's enemy Ho-Oh. Right. That's not AG. AG doesn't have Ho-Oh this time. I was like, he bought enough time for Ho-Oh to stop them. But wait. Ho-Oh's on Peru's side now. So I don't know what that was useless then. I don't know why Otta did that, but sure. I mean, it doesn't matter if he dies or not, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I was like, why is he not flamethrowing them?
We're to see if they are able to get it. Unite
I was like, ah, wait, he's in the same team, yeah.
It is secured by Peru.
Yeah, and Nemo taking a ton of damage. Here comes CrisHeroes to try and help them out there.
I was just playing future side now.
On top, preventing that Hoopa from getting any points in. Everybody bases.
It's like when you thought Overlord was Gato because Overlord was inting onto Duo. Yeah, that was funny.
Again, Peru is on the ropes right now. They need this, or they are going to be going home. Their chance of winning World Championship once again will be stopped at that 5-yard line. They just can't seem to make it all the way to the grand finals. Luminosity, however, this is not, unfamiliar for them. They take a lot of teams to moments like this. They're able to take them down throughout this entire season. They have had the best run that any team in the Unite Championship Series has ever had. And they want to cement that with their World Championship victory. In front of them is Peru, ahead here in this game. In the next 3 minutes, they could be locking in their grand finals appearance.
I'll tell you what, there's two groups of people that have won NAIC, LAIC, and EUIC, but no one has won those three and the World Championships in one season. Luminosity trying to set the record straight one more time this year.
Yeah, and of course they would have to run into what looks like the unstoppable Zeta division out of Japan. But before we get to all that, before Championship Sunday, we still have another match of Pokemon Unite to finish right here. Maybe two if Peru can pull out a victory.
Okay, train level 13.
With this Cramorant. I feel like it's been a bit of a
this is a 50-50 kind of.
Some of the other picks they could have brought in. But we're
the Scyther is pretty, he's level 13, but yeah.
Behind, but they have a lot of
it's hard for him to play against so much CC.
Tools, Zacian can secure. So does Luminosity, however. And we've got 10 seconds.
Overlord, face checking.
They know where Zynews is. It looks like it's kind of a bait for a reposition.
Well, it's looking for eject button play on Crimmerin, probably.
Looking to score here in this bottom path.
Scyther wants to backcap. He has super on his team, of course he can.
And I don't think
Smackdown misses.
Right now.
They scout him out, they stop him on bot lane. But they use Mewtwo Unite just to stop the cat? That's not worth it. Is that really worth it? That seems kind of worthless. Otta!
I don't know. I think this play was great for Peru, actually.
Otta, what is that? And now it's gonna be Ray. They're all stunned in the back line. They can't even go to Ray. Oh my god, AG, what was that? What was that, man? That was terrible.
They did not. And Peru is pushing this Luminosity team.
That was terrible.
For the first time that these two teams have squared off.
The Mewtwo Y Unite was already kind of bad. They just couldn't even gauge on it. Yeah, okay, we have a last game. This game. No more Mew Otta, thanks. He's on Blissey duty now. After this face check, they were like, bro, just play Blissey, man. Just Unite move Overlord and call it a day. Hey, Peru has so little damage. Wow, Scyther crushes Zacian, Hoopa, and Blastoise.
Pure power.
Huh.
I don't know if there's any collective
and Snorlax, Blissey, Mewtwo, Blaziken, and Leafeon. Okay. Final game, guys. Uh-oh.
Luminosity, your purple team. Peru Unite, your orange team. One game separates these two teams from the grand finals at Championship Sunday tomorrow. Can Peru break the curse? Can they take down the giants that are LG? Or will Luminosity be one step closer to their perfect season?
Trainer needs to hold it down in the top path versus two. Yes,
Otter Int on Ray again. No,
but it's
please.
tough in the face of these two Pokemon. Quick little
Otter
engagement,
Unite,
tempo
Snorlax.
back out. Knocked out is CrisHeroes.
Yeah, here we go. Nice little KO right
It's insane how we just ended up with
We see
Scyther being
them
picked
moving
5
forward,
times in the
and then we're looking
semifinal.
for Another KO right here. The Combuskin coming online for Luminosity.
Yeah, being picked 5 times.
Right? They committed that rotation. If Overlord doesn't get that, they're in a very difficult spot here in the early stages.
We can see Trainer hiding in the tall grass, but they're going to be found by the Hoopa right now. A lot of information over to the side of Peru. A lot of experience here.
I think we're gonna have a better game this time. We're already starting better. Oh my goodness. How you start with a triple KO this game? Or double KO?
Here we go.
I mean, he had a terrible last game. And now he ends again. Oh man, I mean, he does like running it down on Scyther today.
I like that bait out of CrisHeroes.
He does enjoy it.
A little bit what looked like too far forward, and immediately as soon as
What's this game? 3 step and Zoro Comfey? But I picked Blissey very early on.
Exactly what they're looking for here.
I'm surprised that AG never tried Zoro Comfey though. You're right.
8 seconds now until
I'm surprised.
we have a fight here in the center. Still Combuskin, not exactly where
That
they
one
wanna
time that
be,
they
right?
play Zoro
We see
Comfey.
Slash trying to push them away from this portal. They head back. Anemo looking for the KO. Meanwhile, all the experience over to Luminosity.
They rather play Gurk at the score comp. Again, the worst part is they didn't even play. They played it terribly as well. I'm still mad about it. I will never ever. Oh my god, AG is getting farmed. That score comp was an absolutely terrible game. They just flipped Ray. It wasn't even a score comp. That had nothing to do with score comp, right? They picked score comp, got outplayed the entire game, and then flipped Ray. Nothing about that was score comp. It's so bad, man.
Still a War Turtle here in the bottom pack. Yeah, CrisHeroes right there. If they would have overstepped Draken ready.
They didn't win because of score comp. They just flipped Ray and
so Luminosity's going to take the ones up.
got a last go was Ashian.
With the egg bomb, we saw how potent that
I mean,
was earlier in the match against Nouns. Obviously, this is a soft-boiled egg bomb. Blissey able to
Peru has 1
provide
XP share?
to
Wait,
the
no,
squad,
right?
as well as some huge, secure, and disruptive moments.
Yeah, and a Blissey kind of a strong pick in Hoopa, right? We've seen egg bomb
Doesn't cross the level
resets over and over and over again, and that might be a critical component here in this game 5.
Overheat, Zashi. What? He get what?
Beautiful play there from Peru as they're able to get that
He
steal.
gets that?
And now they're looking for fighting this goal zone. Nice
Crazy.
ice buff as well as they possibly move in here. This being ripped apart very quickly by LG.
Trying to
Was it really a flip if Nouns was even in the pit? Bro.
With the spin pump coming out from the Blastoise, and that's 3 players down.
That's right.
Again,
AG's getting farmed, guys. There's Zacian with Blissey Unite right here. It went down right in this moment. The Zacian was there in time, he just didn't press Unite early enough.
For Peru as they're scoring on the tier 2
He was right there.
with Scyther. Things going pretty well for them, but
he casted a bit too late. But yeah, I mean, Nouns was too late at Ray, for sure. Nouns had a terrible...
Now it's level 9. It is well within range of being able to carry in some
The worst part is, again, if a team flips in that game, it should be Nouns flipping. Honestly. They had Blissey and Zacian Unite against no secure.
I mean, Blastoise is going to be a problem, right?
Against the score comp. If someone should have flipped, they should have flipped.
Disaster for Luminosity. They need to play this
That's
very
also
smart
just...
moving forward. A little bit of scaling and Blaze
Yeah.
again, but I think the better end boss is Blastoise.
Yeah, level-wise, things are good for Peru. They've got the pressure on.
We can rewatch it a bit again after this. We still have some time.
Absolutely on the back foot as we are about halfway through our final.
This is AG's worst early game so far.
Finals. I don't think a lot of people would have guessed that we would be heading to a game
the worst early game.
5 right now between these two
By a good
squads,
margin.
especially as Overlord mentioned, if history were to repeat itself, it'd probably take them down in 3 or 4. But Peru is here to fight. Peru is here to prove something.
Yeah, Peru, though, in uncharted waters. Let's see if they can close the door with this lead that they've built.
The worst part is as well, I just literally just said, yeah, AG's gonna flip Ray, and then they always just insta go to Unite with Ray and they flip it.
The nice thing for Peru with Hoopa at level
surely,
9,
if I know it, I mean, Nouns should know it, right? But it doesn't. It didn't feel like Nouns was aware of it, which is crazy to me. Surely they have to be aware of Ray getting flipped, right?
The big time
Ah,
hot
man.
swap Kea goes down, the rest of the team goes up. Registeel is going to be down, and you have the rings unbound to protect the goal zone. What is LG going to do? Are they going to collapse and let CrisHeroes defend up top by themselves? They are. Rings are in fact unbound. You can't pretend like
they're going to score top. They have such a huge point here already. And they can still defend bot 2. But Peru has such little damage though, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Nice plays here by Peru, right? They were able to get the scores they wanted in the top path. They weren't able to get the objective in the bottom path, but they're way up right now, and they knew that at any moment they could bring the team down using Hoopa, so Luminosity was not able to push this goal zone. However, now that that Hoopa Unite is gone, it looks like they are mobilizing.
Yeah, well, okay, Rock Tomb is out, blocked back the other way. Kea opening up the hyperspace highway between the top and bottom path here as players are rolling through. Back up is Draken, trying to figure out what's going on here as Luminosity is laying some traps.
Yeah, Luminosity looking to spring a trap right here.
Animo
towards this Blastoise. Trainer waiting to see if anyone is moving through the tall grass, but with that hyperspace highway, they don't really need to. Right. And it looks like Luminosity is just going to have to peel away. A lot of experience on their side of the map that they are going to need for some later fights. Down right
I feel like the Hoopa in last game as well was a game decider, because LG just doesn't know what to do.
Right here,
because Hoopa existing, they are forcing a super bad fight.
199 points separate.
They force a very bad fight.
Experience is critical, but that score line's got to make you nervous.
Hoopa makes them
very much so. Even if they're able
struggle.
to break Queza, if they're only able to put a couple of full dunks in there, they'd be up by a single point, which means Peru could peel off and score and make a lot of different plays. And we've seen them be very aggressive with these at Ray, especially with Hoopa on their side. It gives them this ability, so they might be up by more than 200 when you really think about the math there.
That's without a doubt. Already staging, already gathering information. Are these
this fight would be awkward.
And it looks like Luminosity
could decide the game already. Always funny, interesting to see if someone's going to be trigger happy on the Unite moves. But we already, as I said, that Trainer goes for it. Yeah. Trainer goes for it. He's going to run top now, score 50. Speaking of it, Trainer instantly does it. But on Leafeon is low cooldown, so. Registeel for. Wow.
Wow, Leafeon Unite is gone, but they're scoring in the top path, bringing them up to 86 points.
Registeel.
They will not have their Unite move, but they do have this massive Registeel buff as they are gathering around this central area here. And Nemo coming back, huge heavy slam by Slash.
Is Peru just going to flip Ray with Leafeon Unite being gone? But Leafeon has a flank. They're so low already. They're just going to go for Ray, right? Plus that is there, there's a flip Ray. Dash Unite. This is not perfect, but they get it. What even gets it? Zashi auto take? Scyther gets it. There's Overlord. Where's Overlord? His Bliss Assist is going in. He doesn't have Overheat. He does Overheat now. Oh, it's so close, man. It is so close. I mean, honestly, karma for what they did to Nouns. But nah, I mean, I should rather have LG in Grand Finals just for viewership. You all know LG in Grand Finals is gonna pull the highest viewers, right? So, unfortunately, it's gonna cost some viewership. Oh man. But yeah. Last push, of course, but it's over. Peru does it! Peru beats LG finally. And they go to the Grand Final.
They stayed true to themselves.
In a 5-game series.
Pokemon Unite, small
nice.
adjustments to find